Hello students, my name is Sumit Sagar Hota. I am a PMRA PG student IIT Palakkad. Today we will discuss lecture 56 to lecture 6 by Professor Ashok Desai, IIT Kanpur, subject Turbulent Combustion Theory and Modeling, and this is the week 12 of the live discussion. Be one more extra section on Sunday or Monday, and also summary section. All this important questions and concepts. Week 12 and the last section live discussion here. These sections we mostly solve the problem and the problem are taken from introductions, concept and application by a certain standard test covered. Okay, we start the problems. Propane air jet nozzle exit. Determine the minimum nozzle exit diameter square to prevent the flame from being blown out. What are the things? So the given is the propane exit velocity of 200 meter per second. Find out BJ minimum, the minimum nozzle diameter to prevent the blow. Assumptions we can make. Mostly for the blowout conditions, very good correlation we can use is the Calgahati correlation. So one MCQ question like for blowout condition, what is the correlation can be used? Options. Agahatic correlation. Add the solution. We know one velocity, maximum slime flow velocity, and the Reynolds number. It will relate also rho e and the atmospheric or the at infinite means at the atmospheric and rho infinite. When this quadratic equations are means you have to use this kind of form. Where the Reynolds number is S means for stoichiometric. For the propane air, what are the we can, so that we can put in the H. Yeah, we have to substitute in that previous one. So answer for what? Air fuel ratio. The air fuel ratio is 0.76 times 5 to 28.85 divided by 44.096. 44 means for the propane's molecular weight, 28.85 is air's molecular weight. Propane's, you have to find out the A value for the propane, okay, which is plus y by 4, which is equal to, if you get it, you will get 5. Now Fs value also you need to find out, which is equal to y of Fs at the stoichiometric condition. Now we will find out the exit density. From the ideal gas relation. So you can directly find out the SL max, because SL max is, if it is maximum laminar flow velocity, then it is obviously equal to the what, Bm value, okay, and Bm value for the propane we already know from the tables. Now we have to rearrange that equation number 1. And substituting some of the values. Now we have to substitute the value of Be, SL max, rho E, rho infinity. So there will be only one unknown, which will the what, Reynolds number. Because from the Reynolds number only we can find out what, the H value, and from the H what we can find out the, for the whole idea. Okay, if this correlation is actually not discussed, but for blowout condition, you know, okay, you should know actually this correlation, because if be any kind of questions they will ask, obviously they will ask from, obviously this kind of big question not going to come in your exam, but yeah, for your understanding you should, means studying this, really know how to solve this kind of problems, because in in practical kind of problems. why it's not answer actually there. So I feel that should actually know correlations and all, which will be very much beneficial for the thing. Lectures maybe 50 1 to 55 they are actually uh no, I SAR is not following one textbook. SAR is following different textbooks, but you see the basically it is a kind of problem solving section to solve problems. Okay. So the concepts should be discussed, problems I have to solve. So I have to see things in which concept there will be problems. Okay. That's what the whole means. Maybe that is the gap. Okay, maybe concept may or may not. What I may be discussed. Yeah, a certain book obviously going to consider. Means not going to. Yeah, but this actually, if you want to know what is the blowout condition means, yeah, in place of this correlation, whatever I am telling means Calgatics correlation. Maybe there will be some other correlation. Okay, so that's maybe the case, but okay, not discuss should learn this thing. This kind of basically Sari is not going to tell you the problems are the problems you have to solve. So these are correlations, how it going to help. That's thing. Why I include here. We are going to encounter because blowout condition of person flame. You see some of the flames like are a flame of blowout condition common. If you know only the concepts on all correlations, they are very basic correlations. Why I am solving from that book actually seconds problems which will be helpful in your future thing, somewhat related to your what this whole idea chapter 3 in this we will cover chapter 13 and having the because the content may be different but the whole idea means different. The idea of solving related to those areas, yeah, maybe he somewhat theoretical, that obviously we can I am solving app you may, whatever I am now teaching, telling how you can solve. Maybe in your exam this same question there, okay, but they can ask you for blood condition. They can also ask you the correlation what like BE by SL correlation they can, expect going to come or not. Cursor is the from SR for exactly for others. It actually whatever is covered in the class of things. So similar those things app I under pointing out. Okay, obviously would be there. Then I am slowly going. Obviously, if whatever you covered and same thing, I will solve this means problem solving. Learn something idea mostly the problems. Only the problems. If in the whole lecture there is can't get any problems, then I have to solve some of the that concept. So that's what the and your but your understanding that obviously you uh, won't study for the learn some covered or not covered or here. Okay. If you're not understanding, just ask. Any doubt you can ask now. So basically we are now solving that Reynolds number. Basically we'll get a static all this, get the simplified version as so to just find out this week 11 and 12. Okay, this covers premixed and non-premixed claims. Okay, so what I am covering week 11 and week 12. Okay, that is obviously the problems from what SR turn. Okay, SR turns premixed and non-premixed claims. Okay, but SAR is not obviously not to discuss in the from the same book. Okay, he actually obviously it's one of their textbook. Okay, there is a 7 or 8 actually in the first lecture one actually are told what are the. So yeah, what I am now following, I am actually in other textbooks, whatever 7 or 8 textbooks are there, other textbooks only having the concepts. Okay, and they are advanced levels. Okay, actually I understand why you are raising all these things. Yeah, so those actually in those textbooks we cannot frame any problems. Okay, it's a problem solving section. From those books already I go through more 3 or 4 textbooks, so there actually we cannot frame any kind of problems. Okay, so for problem solving obviously I have to find one textbooks which means which I actually at least I can solve the problems. So that's the reason I am following SRTON, which is also one of the textbook by of the SAR. Okay. So that's the reason why actually the confusion arises, because you may feel that okay, whatever problems I am solving is not covered in the class, but actually it's near impossible for any human being to cover all the things in the in class thing, because maybe in that 1 hour or 2 hours lecture everything really covered. Okay, so maybe those things not covered and I am solving, and you may feel that it's out of syllabus, but actually it's not out of syllabus. Okay. That's the whole idea. Okay, so that's the reason I am actually covering. Why? Because here we can solve the numeric. Okay. And you should also know that it does not mean that whatever covered in the class, that same question only going to come. Okay, whatever the syllabus is there, according to their syllabus the question will come. Does not are only and other outside that are going to. Okay, also you have to so maybe this concept, because obviously now I am solving this. Basically chapter 13 is what non-premixed claims. Okay, obviously all the exam book a certain for non-premixed claim. In chapter 12, if you see for the whole thing, if you now lecture 12 actually multi-phase and this droplet part is there. Okay, the droplet part we have to go for chapter 10. See, everything everybody cannot cover. Okay. That's the reason this problem solving section do this theoretical part. Problems are related to that. What are the concepts are there, those things I will cover. Okay, if SAR will whatever the concept he will teach, and same thing is not going to possible, because he obviously going to advanced levels topics which modeling part is, because this course name would go through theoretical. Okay, through our numerical modeling, numerical thing how I can solve. Really, that's the whole means gap between our. No need to worry, whatever I am teaching. It's obviously if you are kind of whatever I exam this course, this syllabus is there, combustion. Okay, touch this that much. Similar concept will be okay, but yes, usually you should go through the SARS lecture. Most important. That's good. Through all this and doubt Yeah, also you should learn what also I am telling you. Okay, regarding your problem part. Okay. Idea of this lecture. And here, if there is you can ask one more live discussion summary section. When the Monday, we just solve these things. So if you solve this kind of quadratic equation, now solving this quadratic equation, then we will get numbers 2 number. And one more will be 10. So actually we are what? We are finding the what? The minimum diameter possible. And we also already know Reynolds number is also proportional to what? Your diameter, Dj. Because Reynolds number proportional to the capital A also proportional. Okay. So we are actually finding the minimum diameter. Okay. Minimum diameter possible. There is a minimum diameter possible, that's in max. Okay. Similar. Minimum, because what we are finding Dj minimum. Okay. That's the consider the minimum Reynolds number. Actually consider okay. We have to do. So basically substitute the h. So now I have to rearrange this equation to find out what formulas are put at. I think derivation may now we have to what the earth as it's a pure fuel. Basically now we have to substitute all these values. The minimum y, we are considering the minimum Reynolds number. answer. Next question, you have to find out what the same question is there. You have to just find out the flame length. Now here, in the flame length, we have to apply one different correlations. For the same conditions of blowout, we have two kinds of correlation. Not one correlation for any kind of correlations. Correlation changes based on the what you are going to find out. Mostly, most of the they are actually find out the flame length. Nobody is going to find out the DJ. Okay, because DJ is obviously given. That's the reason why this correlation is not going to use. But yeah, if it is a problem, obviously it can come. Okay, so use the one more assumptions we can take. Daily Chatosis correlations. Similarly, different correlations are there, in which we can means based on the what you need to find out. This is actually one correlation. For this course, now we are going to learn self. Okay, what we are finding? Port number. Well, okay, is related to your what? No, dimensionless length. Okay, and this dimension length here what? Flame. These are the relations you have to apply when you are applying the Delictotesis correlation. Means these are the correlations of port number L star we have to apply. Then only we can find how these things came into existence. Fs value if the things. Okay, previously find out this. You see here, oh, similar directly again cause value, okay, with delta E already give. You see delta 1.8 kg per meter cube, that value I taken. Okay, adiabatic flame temperature for the propane air mixture is what, 2260 Kelvin, that I directly, and SL max also I will taken from here. Okay, 0.3422 and substitute code number for the 2.64, and there is one relation. If the phone number is less than 5, that means it's what, buoyancy dominated. Okay, this kind of question can become also. If phone number for the fuel less than 5, what is the dominated? It's buoyancy dominated, inertial force dominated. Okay, this kind of questions can be come, or gravity dominated. So if it is buoyancy dominated, now we have to substitute this phone number, okay, in the dimensionless length scale. Okay, the formula, this formula you should remember. Okay, because why is required to remember this kinds of formula, because they in the exam they'll ask you, okay, tell how this L star related to the phone number. Okay, you know this kind of formula, then it will be very easy. And they will ask you, okay, what is the value of L star if phone number equal to 1. Okay, so and so question can ask MCQ. Just simply substitute these values. So L star, just to find out. Then we have a relation of L star and LF. Now you can see in these relations also dj is also given. Dj is used. Okay, that means this, if why, now I think you can understand. If in your problem one more question can be framed as, if your L are given, okay, LF, L star, rho E, rho infinity, and Fs, all these things are given, they'll ask you to find out what, dj. Okay, so that's the reason why this correlation we are not used in the first problem because LF, the flame length is what, unknown. Okay, so about this correlation, you should know for same blowout condition 2 or 3 correlations are there. Okay, which correlations can be applied in which case, that's the whole thing about solving the problems. Because in exam you don't have that much time to think, apply these correlations. Basically in this you should only solving the problem. Okay, but regarding the MCQ, subjective MCQ, okay, those things you should are for this 11 and 12. Okay, cover all these the MCQ subjective lectures and make one short note. Okay, what kind of questions can be asked? Okay, it should be very basic. Okay, they will ask you the questions, mostly direct question they can frame. I don't think so this much big problem. Yeah, maybe if they will frame means they make it as small parts. I don't think so. The exam scores is to MCQ. What I feel, don't expect. Maybe this question can be brought into 4 parts, and they will ask. If they will ask you what is L star, okay, they will ask you L star. These other things will, this phone number will be given, and they will ask you find out L star. Okay, this kind of questions can be asked. They will give you only phone number for the file is this, and tell you what is find out the L star. Okay, if you know this formula, obviously you can. Maybe this problems can will tell you what is LF. You need to find out LF. Other things are given. Direct, not this much like, yeah, this much big formula. Not they are not going to ask you. Usually they have to give you the formula. As per my knowledge, give you the formula. Otherwise it's very difficult for you to remember formula. Try to remember all formulas. Show you here. Phone number, this formula you see. If you know these derivations, how this thing come in, very easy for you to. Mostly this problem formula. What is F formula? Also short note from the problem part. You may expect. If it is not expect, don't do. Yes, exactly. Empirical relations, no need to remember. Because the big expression they will, I think, give you. They don't give you means you have to complain, because very difficult for you to remember. Okay, I don't think so they will ask you. But yeah, some of the best, some of the very common empirical relations they may ask you, like this relations. This is empirical correlation. This is for H. Okay, this you should remember. Okay, so how you will know which is things you going to remember? That's the whole idea. Okay, this is because why 4 will came into existence. Okay, because we know very well that a term will come. Okay, all these things, how this expression came into existence. Okay, some of the things you may know. Okay, maybe some scientist's name is there, his law is there. Okay, so those kind of empirical expect you to remember. Okay, other than that I don't think so it's required to remember everything. Okay? Mostly I think you can skip all these things. Mostly the if it is related to any scientist correlation, all this thing, only that formula you should. Yeah, maybe some basic questions of fluid mechanics you should I think go through. I think some of the previous lectures actually I solved. If you see my previous before lecture means obviously lecture 10 9 8 I think 9 8 whatever, I solved some of the MCQ problems. Okay, so those are some basic MCQs are actually there. Okay, so similar kind of MCQ you may expect. Okay, if they will ask you, means if they will ask you similar that kind questions, they are not going to ask other type of. The basic idea of programs are that not to, means obviously not for only, obviously not for the know your understanding taking this sector. In future when somebody asks you how to find out the flame length for a turbulent non-premixed flame, at least you can tell this correlation, this the scientist name, this is the correlation, and this way we can find out. Okay, obviously that's the whole idea of this problem solving sector. Obviously in future it's not going to, obviously nowadays everything is numerical, directly solve the problems directly from the simulation, directly you can find out the flame length, but what is the theory behind it, how, what is the inside, how it's running. Okay, obviously they will take the correlations, otherwise how, what is there who made this correlation fitted, since whether it is simulation is going on, though this will things you should all take away from this. Advanced level topics, whatever SARS cover, those things are also like theory, also go through all these things. Is everything for me also to cover also not possible. Problems theory. I want to cover this. Time permits, we can. So this was calculate the evaporation rate constant for a 1 mm diameter water droplet evaporating into dry hot air at 500 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric. So let's see what are things given. Okay, so we need to find out the evaporation rate constants. is equal to T boil. Okay, about the surface temperature is equal to the boiling temperature. So the phase and droplet. Some of the properties we can, especially for the water. In conditions, what is the density? Hundred degrees Celsius is the what? Water's boiling point. Okay, so T is equal to T boil means what? Your 373 Kelvin. And T infinity already given us what? 500. From there we find out always remember to find out the HFG at TS conditions, which is not on the T1. K value, thermal conductivity value also for the water at 436 we find out for the thermal conductivity. Okay, so gaseous condition, the value thermal conductivity, we know one formula. Okay, 0.4 Ka plus 0.6 right at the ambient condition at the T bar temperature. The fuel here, your water, infinite means obviously it's at the what? For the air. All these values we know, just substitute. Now we have to use the transfer number or the spreadings number. So this kind of question like how to find Kg. splitting number is equal to, also very good question. As what is splitting number, or splitting number also not known as which number? They also a MCQ. The formula also a good question. As from formula also they can ask you one problem by giving all these parameters. The splitting number is 0.0986. Obviously it should, if it's 1 it's okay. Now, because why you need to find out splitting numbers, because can be used in the evaporation context. These formulas are very important. They're important for this section. A is equal to 8 kg L on of splitting number plus 1. This is very important. For problem, similar one. If you know the first one, this problem. The ratio of the flame radius and flame temperature corresponding to the conditions given in 10.5. What is 10.5? Now write down. Okay, no need to worry about that. Okay. Let's find out the ratio of flame radius to the radius. So what is there in 10.5? 1 mm dia, 10 hexane, droplet running in air, at 298 Kelvin. Okay, two things we need to find out. Flame radius to drop and temperature. Assumptions. Same assumption as the previous questions. Formula so now from the previous simply substitute this kind of question. They will ask you the So if there is no heat in the interior, this terms will be 0. So some of the things note can make how this theoretical estimation and the experimental, basically experimental and the numerical one okay, that's not the whole idea of numerical lesson. But how this theoretical and experimental will vary, that's on glance I r rf by rs here found out from the what formulas as 34.9 okay. But from the experiment when they calculated it comes out to be okay. Again f value the flame temperature what we calculated somewhat 932.5 Kelvin. Okay, at the rate what 1271. Okay, what is the T value? Take here in this question. Taken for 127 at 1171 Kelvin. Will type 6 there. Okay, things not exist of this and the flame temperature. Okay, that's the reason why we need the what numerical modeling. Okay, idea of whole this thing why I am solving this problem is that what not to just put the value and the get the very simple. What is the requirement? Why we go for why we go for modeling? What is the need? Okay, we have theories, we have different correlations we can use and we can find out. Okay, theorems are mentioned. Okay, is it really whatever this theoretical thing is actually working in the experimental things or the experimental observation? That's the whole idea. Okay, so yeah, if you see now the results, actually not very well predicted from the theoretical. Okay, so we need to what for the go for numerical modeling. we cannot directly jump to the what numerical simulation, okay? Unless and until we find out, okay, this is the wrong things, okay, for that thing only we have to go for the what numerical, okay? And also it's not like I found out from the one formula, okay? In now there is different other formulas are available in which this it is actually somewhat better prediction with respect to theoretical modeling also. So those things are the advanced level topics, okay? So those things, research paper, all these things are we can find out, okay? These are the basic. If you don't know these basic things, what is the need of all these things, then obviously there is no use of if you are whatever you are, okay? Know this theory. The drawback is in this thing, because in some of the cases obviously to give good results, but in some cases, because in droplet obviously got to be modeled, okay? Machine learning, all these things we also used simulate and to validate the results with the what experiment, okay? And I think I implemented you through mail. When the one extra sections will be there, summary section, the problems and some of the concepts we'll just quickly go through. Just 1 hour sections only will be there, okay? 45 minutes to 1 hour. Have any doubt, you can ask Sagar Hota. If there is any doubts related to your lectures, everything ask in question and you just go through some for problems related things, better you go certain, okay? So all these things go through, okay? So go through SAR, all the lectures, you just quick very well go through, make some notes, means especially short notes. What are the MCQ expected MCQ question it can be possible, okay? The scientists, what are the correlation they give in, how this correlation will help, okay? So these kinds of questions most probably they will ask, okay? Especially in the MCQ exams, okay? So bigger whatever, so because most of my problems are very much if you see size means derivation is very bigger, so only solve the whatever the parts, okay? They can small parts, the only simple formulas ask you, okay? Mostly the concepts are also covered, those things you just very well go through, okay? Because those are very important notes. Possible whatever the recommended books also you just quickly, if online I think most of the books are available, just quickly go through those possible. For problems you obviously need to go for any other books, etc. For other things related to for summary section, I will go through some of the problems which is not yet not possible to cover in the section from the starting to the end, since through some 45 minutes, probably this 14th of April will be, see if it is obviously we will through mail the confirmation will be also